If a generator does not produce voltage, the first thing to do as a rule of thumb is to basically check the AVRO, check the capacitor, or maybe the brush, or sometimes check the circuit. Well, this particular generator we're looking at today has voltage issues, but this time around it is more complex. It is a combination of many faults. As a matter of fact, this is what the client, the owner of the generator, said when she came to our shop to fix the generator.
Okay, yesterday a client of mine called me. Okay, she called me that this particular generator has issues. Okay, when she came to my shop, she said the generator was not starting. Okay, she actually lied, guys. Okay, I won't say she lied. Let's assume she didn't just say the truth. But she told me her generator was not starting, and of course I felt okay. Let me go check the gen for her and see if the generator will come on. I got to her abode and I discovered the gen was starting quite fine, but this particular generator was not bringing out voltage. I really didn't know what could be wrong with the gen at that particular point in time. I had to just troubleshoot as I usually advise everyone to do, and then I discovered the brush was bad. So it was very late. I couldn't get a brand new brush, so I went back to my shop, pick up a brush from one of those generators I still have around, and then go back to test it. But something came up. I discovered when I fix the brush and I insert these both terminals to the brush from the AVRO, the generator makes an outrageous sound. Let me show you guys. If you notice very well, when I tried fixing this terminal to the brush, the gen made a very loud sound. And if you observe, just like as I have pointed, this particular bearing was vibrating. So what that means is either of the bearing or this rear end is bad. So we'll be losing it, guys, and basically see if it's something we can fix. If we can't really amend it, then we change outrightly. Okay, let's go, guys.
To get access to the alternator, all we need to do now is to take off the tank, losing all 4 bolts from the tank, losing the 2 bolts from the tank support, and then you disconnect the fuel hose from the fuel tap. After doing this, you take off the exhaust.
Next up now, we'll be losing the alternator and bringing out this rear end.
But before then, see this.
See what I observed. You remember I said I picked up this brush from the shop yesterday night, right? Good. I just loosed it out and I discovered it has gone very bad. There is every possibility that the slip ring of this generator is bad. There is every possibility that the slip ring is bad. I will have to observe it very well though. So let's lose and observe.
After taking off the brush, take off all 4 rear bolts, the exhaust hanger, as well as the nuts holding the seatings.
Okay guys, we've loosed out all the surrounding bolts. What we'll do next now is to lose out the alternator bolt, which happens to be the main bolt here. Okay, so that's what we'll lose out. If you've watched many of our videos, you will observe that anytime I'm losing the alternator, all I need to do is just to use a screwdriver to hold it somewhere here, so that at least when I turn my spanner, my 3-way spanner, it hooks at one point and it's easy for me to lose. Okay, I think this is a 12. We need a 12 here. Okay, so I'm able to lose it out, guys. Another thing I'll do now is to suspend this. The reason for the suspension is so I can easily pull out this rear end. Okay, even at some point I usually do not suspend. I will just have to push this seating out a little so it doesn't get stuck in the middle. I don't know if you get me, but just try to understand that when I'm trying to lose out, I move out this seating from the rear end so that it has space to pull out. This doesn't get stuck to this hole. Okay, so that is it. Another thing I need to do now is to forcefully take out the alternator. And there's one thing I do, there's one system I use in taking out this alternator. I will apply that system here. So guys, just watch carefully. This is a 12 socket, and then this is an extension. Okay, what I need to do now is to put the 12 socket into this. Okay, tight this a little, almost to the end. If I let it get to the end, then lose it about once or 2 cycles. Okay, then get the 12 socket or any socket that matches the head of this bolt. Then you use an extension. All you need to do now is to basically apply pressure. The reason you apply pressure is so that there is a shift in the base of the alternator. All right, let's go. So I did hit it about 3 times now. And again, another thing for using this 12 socket is so it doesn't affect this head, the head of the bolt. Okay, if I hit it with this outrightly, it's going to expand the bolt head, and then when I try fix using a spanner to lose it or another socket to lose it, it will not work properly. So let's lose that and see if we have properly tilted the base and moved the base. So another thing you do before that is to kindly disconnect all connections. Disconnect all connections. It's very important. Okay, disconnect all connections. So the back dashboard is no longer connected and you have space to work. Okay, the dashboard is no longer connected. You'll be able to pull this out. Okay, let's see. We tilted it and voila. This is what we're talking about, guys. That's the best method of taking out a complete alternator. I've done this severally in most of my videos. Go check it out, guys.
To get direct access to the alternator, there is need to take off the armature cover, or alternator rear end as it's sometimes called. And we can only do this by tapping the armature end gently at either side of the end. Okay, just like the way it is done right now.
Okay guys, it looks like this rear end is okay, because on a norm, if the rear end is not okay, it would have been easy to take out this from the bearing. It looks like the rear end is okay, and I'm now suspecting the bearing alone. Let's see. If you notice how I'm tapping this, I'm tapping at different end. I can tap here now, tap here now, tap here now, not concentrating everything on one particular end. Okay, so that's what you should do as well. This thing is a little bit strong, honestly. And the truth is, we have to take it out because if we don't, we'll not be able to fix this gen. So no matter how long it takes us, we'll definitely take it out. Guys, let me add fuel to it a little to see. Guys, this is becoming tougher and tougher. Honestly, I didn't see this coming. I must be sincere.
Unfortunately, guys, after trying severally to pull out this armature cover from the alternator, we ended up pulling out the fan of the armature. But that's no big deal because we fixed that up later on. And after over 30 minutes trying to pull out this armature cover, it came off. And if you observe carefully, you notice the bearing has heated up because of the wobbling between the bearing and the armature cover. So there is need to change the armature cover and the bearing. At this point, we were checking both the bearing and the armature rear cover to see if we could manage any of them, but it turned out none of them was okay to use.
Okay guys, it appears that inside of this is actually bad. If you notice carefully, it's no longer smooth. Okay, it's no longer smooth. So this, I think, needs to be changed. This will be changed, and then the bearing itself will be changed. So what we'll be getting now, we'll be getting a new rear cover and we'll be getting a new bearing. Okay, and again, also recall that I talked about this slip ring, because remember I said I took out this carbon brush from the shop and I tried fitting it on this. We didn't even run the gen for more than 30 minutes. Cumulatively, the whole time we run the gen was not even up to 30 minutes, but it turned out that this slip ring damaged the carbon brush. So what we'll be doing now is in threefold. First of all, we'll be getting a new armature cover, because it turned out that this is bad. If you look at it very well, inside is bad. I actually thought it was still good because it was tight, but immediately I took it out and I fitted it back, it came out all on its own easily. So that is bad. We'll be changing the bearing, okay, and we'll be changing the split ring. So before I go out to get those stuff and possibly fix it, let me quickly just scan through to see if there is any issue with the armature itself. Okay, visually it appears there is no issue with the armature. I'm not with my multimeter at the moment, so I would have easily tested it. But you observe that when the generator makes noise, when the generator is on, when it's connected to power, the alternator, it makes a lot of noise, and that was what affected this place. If you check out this place is sharper than the other ends. Okay, far sharper than the other end. So I think we just fixed it in time, or we just came to see the gen in time, otherwise it would have damaged the armature or the fuse core.
Up next, we had to take off the bad slip rings and replace it with a brand new one.
Hallelujah. Turn and face down.
But before then, we had to test the brand new slip ring to be sure it was continuous. After confirmation, we had to tap in the slip ring gently till it properly fits. At this point, we had already fixed back the amateur fan, as you would notice. We did that with the help of an epoxy gum, popularly called 4 minutes gum in this part of the world. Subsequently, we had to properly solder the terminals of the slip ring. And then we fitted in a brand new 6202 bearing, just like the previous one we removed earlier. And just as we gradually took off the rear end, while we were trying to get access to the bearing and the slip rings, we fix it that way, this time tapping gently at both sides. Tapping gently at both sides. Do not over tap. If you are going to break the rear end, please be careful with that.
We spent hours trying to fix this up, but the good thing is we are back and it looks perfect already. So we are going to fix it back to the gen and see if it's going to work. Okay, that's what we'll do next. So let's quickly do this and see if it will work. Everything properly fitted. Okay, so just like we have used earlier when we had to use this screwdriver to hold the flywheel in position so that it doesn't turn, and we are able to tighten this, losing this place earlier, we'll do same to tighten it. So it looks like it's properly tight now. Okay, next up is to fix the surrounding bolts. Alright guys, we've properly fitted it now. It looks perfect, right? This is very perfect. Okay, remember I've said it several times that the brush got bad, the last brush, so we've got a new one. This is the new brush we'll be fitting in. Let's fit it in. So guys, up next we did the regular connection, just like we've taken them out, and then this is what we have.
Up next, we fix up the exhaust hanger, the exhaust itself, and then the engine settings. If you have watched this video to this very point and you still haven't subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you are waiting for. Give us a subscribe, guys. Like this video, share to friends and family, and drop your comments in the comment section. We will readily attend to them as soon as we see them. Okay guys, let's continue.
Alright guys, we fitted the exhaust, we fitted the seatings, and it's about time we kickstart the generator now to see if it's going to work. Let's go. Okay guys, that is it. We've been able to fix the generator. Okay, if you notice very well, unlike before where I would take this off and it starts back and it makes a loud sound, and of course this bearing starts shaking, it no longer works that way. Let me start again so you guys see properly. This time the camera will show you the bearing. Okay, now it's disconnected. I'll kickstart it and connect it back so you see what I'm talking about. Alright guys, did you see that? When I disconnected, sound was same. When I connected back, sound was same. No difference whatsoever. So guys, we've been able to properly fix this engine. But the last thing I'll do now for this engine is to couple it. Let's go.
So guys, we are almost at the end of this video, but before we leave you guys, we'll quickly put on the generator to power our small space. Let's go.